morning. Interesting race, wasn't it? Had a few messages from a couple of the guys involved in that crash. Everyone is okay. Bit of bark and the rest of it off, but no broken bones. Obviously, poor old Rob Redpath's bike is, I think Jake called it now, a travel bike. It's in 2 pieces. So easy to get on planes, but that's about it. I love the fact that I spend this whole session doing a talk about what camera to use on the bike. What do? I take the GoPro out. It's gonna rain. I'm gonna get wet today. Hence, we go the action camera. On the time trial bike, we'll talk to you about today's session, and it will probably be in the rain. So we have predicted rain, but we have sun, which is, I think it's just one of these days where we'll get blasts of both. Today's session, I just want to start by saying I'm more than happy sharing my training and what I'm doing with everyone, but I don't really feel it's my place to be offering training tips. I know people have put those sort of questions up and stuff. Number one, I'm just not good enough rider to be giving you training tips. And number two, it's just not my place. I mean, really worth contacting Dan. I mean, these are the sessions Dan gives me and gives us, so he's the man to talk to. I don't think I'm really in a position to be offering much advice. Okay, today's session, I'm on the time trial bike. Okay, here's the deal. If I do 40 minutes, sub-threshold around 300 watts, I'm gonna do Calgary on Sunday. So the 300 watts isn't, you know, it doesn't sound like a big number. I mean, I'm a light guy. And also the time trial bike just knocks the watts out of you. But that's the kind of number I need to do to be PRing at Calgary this weekend. So that's the challenge I'm setting myself. Let's see how we get on. No is basically the answer. Wasn't miles off, but yeah, struggling. 100% the best thing Specialized have ever made. Possibly the only good thing Specialized has made. Normally you get flats in like the worst locations, like on the side of highways. I found a lovely tree, bin just here to put all my stuff in. Very odd. Last but not least, and I want to show you how to glue a tubular. Anyone who knows me will laugh at the idea of me giving mechanical advice. However, this is like the one thing that I do pretty well. There's a million different of these procedures on the internet. But this works, it does take time, but I actually kind of enjoy it. Let me show you. So what I do is I put the wheel in a trainer, carbon tubular glue. I opened it with a screwdriver. You don't need that. Latex glove. That is literally all I use. Lightly sanded back the surface, and now we're gonna go at it with this. In we go, in with the finger, and on we go. I will do this full coat. I will leave it for 24 hours. I will do another full coat. I will leave it for 24 hours. I will do a third coat, and then whilst I'm doing the third coat, I put a coat on the tire itself, and I will leave it for a couple of hours, just enough that it's sticky but a bit malleable, and then I will mount the tyre. Leave for a minimum of 24 hours. So it really is a 4-day process. So it's not the kind of thing that if you get a flat tyre on a Friday, you can be racing on it on the weekend. Now some people, I call them triathletes, put some less glue 6 o'clock to the valve. The theory being that there's a weak spot that they can therefore remove the tyre with. To me, that just is a recipe for disaster. We road race these wheels, we're tipping these wheels over. The last thing I want is a bloody weak spot on my wheel somewhere. So I give it a full lash of glue across the whole rim. So I'll revisit that in the next couple of days, show you the mounting of the tyre and how that goes. I've tried a million different ways of doing that, and I think I've actually got a relatively good one now. So that's today. I'm actually going out to dinner with my wife this evening, so the girls are going to stay with mum and dad. See you later in the week. Something I'm forgetting to say. Oh, that's right. Angus and Sean's bikes turned up today, so we are now going to have Ridley Nero racing team on the road as of the next couple of days, which is